Welcome to the Magnetic Fields of Coils lab. In this experiment, we'll be investigating the axial magnetic fields of a single coil and two coils at various distances, and we'll use our experimental data to calculate μ0, the permeability of free space.
Start with a single coil around the track. Connect the plus and minus terminals of the power supply to the coil, using the white terminal to bypass the internal resistor.
Level the track. If available, you may use a level. If not, you can use a ruler and set the heights of each end of the track equal to each other such that they pass through the center of the coil.
Attach the magnetic field sensor to one end of the string and the mass to the other. Pass the string over the middle step of the pulley such that it rotates as you move the magnetic field sensor along the track.
Prepare the power supply for use by turning it on and setting it to 1 amp of current. Switch it off with the switch so that you may zero the magnetic field sensor without any magnetic interference.
Measure the diameter of the coil.
Set the magnetic field sensor to axial and ×10 sensitivity.
Open the Data Studio file called Mag Field Coils. Ensure the power supply is off, and with the magnetic field sensor at the center of the coil, press the tare button to zero it.
Press Start in Data Studio, turn on the supply, and slide the magnetic field sensor through the coil. Be sure to go a reasonable distance past the coil to ensure that the peak value is easily discernible.
Remove the string from the magnetic field sensor and place the sensor at the center of the coil. You may wish to monitor the magnetic field in Data Studio while you do this, as the field strength will be maximum at the center.
With the sensor at the center of the coil, set the power supply to 0.1 amps and read the magnetic field strength from Data Studio. Repeat at 0.1 amp increments until you get to 1 amp.
Next, we'll add the second coil to the system. Remove one of the supports and the track if necessary. Add the second coil around the track. Reattach the support and again ensure that the track is level.
Connect the two coils in series as shown in Figure 6 in the lab manual, paying attention to the terminals used such that the current flows around each coil in the same direction.
Press Start in Data Studio, make sure your power supply is on, and slide the magnetic field sensor through both coils. If you didn't pay attention to the current direction earlier, your graph may look like this, and you'll need to correct your wiring.
To correct the wiring, switch the two terminals in the second coil. Once your wiring is corrected, repeat the process. This time, when you slide the magnetic field sensor through the coils, you should see the magnetic field graph stay positive.
Repeat the two-coil process with the coil at distances of 1.5 times and 0.5 times the coil radius.
We hope you enjoyed watching the Magnetic Fields of Coils lab, and remember, try not to get wound too tight when writing your lab report.